Hi, it's the 1st of September 2018, 2:30 p.m. I've noticed a bit of a change going on in female circles. Actually, I don't watch a lot of women's vids, but I have noticed a couple, and I just thought now that they're since AJ's demise, and I'm sort of a bit of a a lost soul adrift in a sea of information. I thought I'd just check out a couple of these female channels and or vids, not channels, vids. Can't handle so much. And so one of them I remember was talking about they were starting to blame the previous generation for men not being available or being so difficult to date. I don't even know what the story is. I often think, I see these things that, women can't find, men anymore and that sort of thing. And I don't know whether that's just mgtow just, saying it or whether there's any validity in it or not. I don't know. I'm not in the dating scene. It's as far as I'm concerned, the world's just chuffing along fine without me. But I have noticed that the Pinay, the Filipino women, they all say just can't find a guy. The place you're looking is probably not the best place to do it. But anyway, that's what they're all after. In the Philippines at least. Whether that's the case, I don't get that feeling that's what women want in the West. But look, I could be wrong. Mind you, I got a Skype call from my a Bangladeshi friend this morning. And, Bob, I'm so worried about you. I'm so worried. What's the matter now, Cam? Oh, you have no wife, no children. Your children don't talk to you. So, well, that's a long time ago, Cam. I've had to move on. I can't, and I really don't want to talk about it. I don't know what to say. It probably means well, but oh God, yeah, okay, yep. I said, we've been hit by feminists. They want to kill us. They want to destroy us. What can we do? Oh, but you should have a woman. I said, what do you want to do? Kill me? Anyway, but I've noticed now that they're starting to blame. Oh no, it's the older generation. It's the generation before mine. They caused the trouble. So it looks like there's a bit of finger pointing going on. At least on YouTube vids, and so it's and that's probably about the last thing the feminists want. Dissension in the ranks. Starting to split up, because that's what's given them their strength today, their solidarity, their huge mass of female flesh. But I just think we're just just a small slither of the population, and I'm sure we are, and hardly any risk to anybody. But I was telling mgtow Light this morning. I said I think they might have, because I was talking yesterday. I was talking about about all the lonely stories coming out of English studios, and all government sponsored. And I said, I think there's a lot of old biddies there, old biddy feminists have decided to. Now we know, because I was explaining that narcs have two main features. One, they have no real empathy. They have no empathy whatsoever, no compassion, so they don't really give a shit about anybody else. And the other thing they want to do is control people. And they're the two things, they sort of go hand in hand. So they want to control. I wouldn't be surprised if they came up with this idea to, let's control, because these loneliness videos are sort of aimed at men. And I thought maybe they're trying to control the older men so that then the younger guys will toe the line and fall in behind us. We go back to the plantation. The young guys, okay, we're back. And I was telling mgtow, I think it's a pretty bad strategy, because I don't know any young guys. If I go back to the plantation, they just flip to another channel, wouldn't give a stuff. I don't think anybody would be following me back there. Yeah, but I think that might be their grand plan. We get to the older people, and that'll get the younger guys to. I don't think they realise just how much has changed, how the scene's changed, and how delicate it was in the end. And I think probably what's happened is men have put up with a lot. Let's face it, I was putting up. I was hearing the men are, really being attacked. Oh, maybe 30 years ago, it was a conversation, a topic. That men are the people that are being, the hated type and that sort of thing. And and we heard it, and it just got worse and worse and worse until it reached a breaking point. And I suspect that the powers to be and feminists and women generally didn't think they could break the system. I really think they see themselves as being quite harmless and quite innocuous. And really that they had, I think they're surprised that they've broken it. They've broken it in Japan. It's totally. You should watch some herbivore men movies there. Don't mistake, the herbivore guys aren't the. It's a complicated name for the other guys. Guys just sit at home and play video games. Now herbivore guys, could well be high-ranking professionals. But they have no interest in relationships. They're perfectly functioning. They go to work every day and do all that sort of thing, but they have absolutely no interest in relationships. So it's not like they're a bunch of losers. That's it. And I'd say the same thing happened in Japan. They just push them to the point. They just said, stuff with it. And it's just it's never enough, never sort of not fair enough. And it's just no, we're just not interested anymore. And that's what's happening to men in the West. You're basically just saying, no, we're just not interested anymore. And you try and say that to people, and they don't understand. I was trying to tell Cam this morning, it's no drama, Cam. It's just I'm just no longer interested in women. He said, but you're still young, don't you? Don't you have any sort of need, or I said, well, I probably do, but I mean, it's like if I have somebody here, I get a false rape allegation, I go to jail. Why do I want to risk that? Seriously, why would I want to risk that? What's the point? Is it really worth it? And the further I get away from it, the further I get away from, the shit fight of marriage, I look at it and I just think, who the hell would want that? Really, who would want it? It's just awful. There's no other way of putting it. It's just fight after fight after fight after fight after another fight, and it just drains all your energy. It's poisoning you. It's just this is what I try and tell people. It's just poison, And once you get out of it, look, I don't agree with it. I don't think it's right. But I mean, once you get out of that scene, it's like you're getting out of a toxic environment. You've watched me on the channel. I no longer need alcohol. It just disappeared. As soon as I stopped having anything to do with women, or large, I'm down to a. Yep, it's like I was being poisoned. I don't need the medicine anymore. It's as simple as it is. I just don't need it anymore. And so, I've got to look at now I don't think about alcohol. I think about the other side of the equation. I think, I want to get back in the poison pool, in the acid bath, stuff that were for. I'd like it to be some other way, but the reality is, when you get down to it, it's pretty bad. It's good for the first little while, and then it starts, and then you're back in it again. And how many guys have you heard that they take up with a woman, before long, she's booted him out again? What's the point? And they say, why don't you go in there, to get booted out again? Stuff that. No, you do that once. You try it once, and nothing's going to change. There's not going to be much difference between one woman and the next. In all honesty, what's the difference? They all say, I'm different. It's like me saying I'm different to other guys. I'm basically the same. Not a lot of difference there. If you don't like one, you don't like all of us, really. That's what you're saying. You're all saying we're the same. So, there we go. But I mean, it's so that's, but they don't seem to get that. It was funny because I was watching one of these chicks videos, that one woman talking to another about blah 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 blah, and I just as they're talking, I start reading all the comments by the guys. And it was, just basically don't trust women anymore, and no, but it's all the MGTOW guys. one after the next, and I'm listening. And these two women are just sort of fading off into the distance. Yep, yep. I'm reading the comments. Yeah, it was sort of more interesting. I thought, yeah, they're off on a planet that they just really are so out of touch with what's happening with reality. We're on the boat, we're in the horizon. You can just see just a speck of a boat, and they're still, where are they gone? Yeah, we've left. You can make as many, pulling, docos pulling at our heartstrings as you like. It's not going to work. We're not going back into that. We need a new deal. That's not going to happen, so don't worry about it. Yeah. But look, on another note, something I thought, I was talking to Cave Creature yesterday, and I had a look at his channel, and look, he's got some, good content there about. There was one I was watching that comes to mind that was about his commentary on what happened to an older guy who was burgled, and they ended up letting the burglars go. Well, the people that assaulted him was more than a burglary. I think they were assaulted. They had guns or knives and whatever. I can't remember, but yeah, he used the N word and he was in deep shit. So they let the assaulters go, and he was. I laughed. I thought it was a good story, but it made me think. So I got another comment from mgtow Light this morning, and he was saying he sees so many news stories that media stories that don't add up, and I thought, look, I don't watch the media, but it would be good if say mgtow Light just did a vid occasionally, and just a media watch type thing, and just your take on it. Doesn't have to be flash, just off your phone will do, and just what you've been observing in your news in your part of the world, and your take on it and whatever. You don't actually have to have the footage of it or anything. It's just like it's just something that I've noticed. A Fat Guy No More started it months ago, months ago now, and he was telling us about a movie he'd watched, and I thought, well, yeah, we all assume that everybody's watching the same media and the same vids, but there used to be a couple of channels per country that people would watch. Now there's God knows how many channels, and we're all in different countries. So really, as a topic of of a vid, it's just what you've noticed on the media. Just a few stories that, and I often talk about them. So I don't know. I guess I don't know. See if you find it a bit interesting about what I've watched on something and my take on it. Well then the chances are that others will, if you did the same sort of thing, talking about what you're watching. Others would be interested in it as well. Look, it's not just for the two guys I've mentioned, for any of you. It just could be. And whatever you're talking about in comments, it's probably a chance you can make a video about it. And it'd be good. And Annie yesterday, Anime Guy Reviews, told me how to share a link with people. Yeah, you go up to the bell, and next to the bell, it's a new feature, YouTube feature. Okay. And you press on that, and you can send a link and what have you. It's not a bad idea. That way, like for example, supposing mgtow Light did a video. So mgtow, you might like to watch Magic. You might like to watch this. So he goes up there, he puts it in there, and I go, yep, get it. Okay, and it lessens the risk of getting a strike for putting unwanted links in comments. I actually got that once. It was, anyway, but that's, so you can do that now. You just send a link, and it's not unwanted material. Yeah, but look, it's something to think about for you guys. It'd be just interesting, just your take on what's happening in your part of the world and what you think about it. I saw a story on this and a story on that. If you go and have a look at Cave Creatures, channel. You know, it's you know, it's got some that one about the thing was good. I like that. Just his take on what was happening there. Anyway, it's been good talking to you, and hopefully it'll be in sync today. I've got all sorts of problems going on here. I was out of sync yesterday. It was started off all right, but after a while, start and you know that one, yeah, lip sync, isn't it? Yeah, something like that. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.